What's up guys, SuperSonic from the Unknown Gamers here, and welcome to my first ever narrated Pokemon Wi-Fi battle in Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. In today's battle we are going up against a Japanese person who's bringing an all-fire team that consists of Infernape, Arcanine, Camerupt, Torkoal, Moltres, and Mega Charizard Y. And on my side of the field I got Galvantula, Ferrothorn, Vaporeon, Azelf, Excadrill, and Mega Charizard X. So let's go ahead and check this battle out. So I'll be leading off with my Galvantula here, and she'll be leading off with her Mega Charizard Y, which is actually pretty unusual, but yeah, whatever floats their boat, right? So basically my main intention for Galvantula is to bring out my Sticky Webs, because it does outspeed Charizard here, even though she does get the Mega Evolution up. So I will get my Sticky Web up in this turn, and it'll actually remain for the remainder of the battle for on her side of the field, because she doesn't have any spinners or defoggers on her team, so that's actually a plus for me. So once I get my Sticky Web up, she will go for the Flamethrower here, thinking that she would knock me out, but I do have a Focus Sash on this Galvantula, and she gets a crit too, but which really didn't matter because Galvantula would go down anyway. So I would actually Volt Switch out of here to deal some damage to this Charizard, which dealt about maybe roughly about 70%, maybe 65%, somewhere around there. So I'll go out into my Charizard, which is a Mega Evolution of Charizard X, and she would go for the Flamethrower with the Sun, so it actually dealt a pretty good amount of damage there. So I will Mega Evolve in this turn and finish off her Charizard Y with a Dragon Claw. As we can see here, I mean, Charizard Y doesn't have any good defenses, so it'll just go down to that hit fairly easily. So next she will go out into her Torkoal, and here I was actually thinking that she would go for a ground type move, so I would switch out my Charizard here and go into my Mytika, which is Galvantula, mainly for death fodder because like it has 1 HP left. So she actually went for the Stealth Rock here, which is actually a good play on her part. So I would actually switch out into my Mr. Driller, which is the Excadrill. Yeah, I don't know, I wanted to name it Mr. Driller. So she would go for the Heat Wave in this turn, and I'm actually Assault Vest Excadrill. So I would actually take this hit fairly well, otherwise it would have been KO'd, especially with the Sun up, so that's why it dealt much more damage. So she actually played me really well here. She would switch out into her Moltres since I went for Earthquake. I actually misplayed in this turn because I should have went for Rock Slide, predicting the switch, but I did not do that. I instead went for the Earthquake, hoping I would take out the Torkoal. So she would actually finish me off with an Overheat here, so that would pretty much get rid of my chance of actually rapid spinning the Stealth Rock away from my side. So I would actually have Stealth Rock for the remainder of the game. So here I would go into my Aquaman, which is the Vaporeon. I would be shooting off Scald left and right with this thing, so that's the only move I can use against this team. The rest of its moveset is Ice Beam, Heal Bell, and Wish, so really not beneficial to this match except for Scald, although I will not be getting the burn since you cannot burn fire type Pokemon. So I would be two-shotting this Torkoal here and get some recovery up. So she set out this Torkoal basically for death fodder, so I'll finish it off with another Scald, knock it out there. So there goes Torkoal, and then she would bring out her Moltres, I think, if I remember correctly, after the leftovers recovery. I believe that's Moltres. Yeah, that's what it is. So obviously she will not be affected with the Sticky Web because she is a flying type Pokemon. So she will go for the Hurricane here, which is a stab move for Moltres, and it dealt a pretty good amount of damage. So I would fire off the Scald. It will be a two-shot for this thing, and get some more leftovers recovery. And shockingly enough, she went for the Hurricane again, and she would miss. And I would get the Scald off again, KOing this Moltres. So I would be up, I don't know what the score is at this point. I believe I took out like 3 of her Mons at this point, so I'm up, what, 5-3 right now? So she would bring out her Infernape in this turn. Gets caught in the Sticky Web, but it wouldn't matter anyway because Vaporeon's base speed is 60. So she would be post-combating me here. I would live it, because I am actually physically defensive for this Vaporeon. And I would fire off a Scald, and she would actually live on 1 HP with the Focus Sash. So she would get one more turn to get rid of my Vaporeon here, which is kind of unfortunate because I could probably, you know, set up a wish and switch out to like Charizard or something to get my HP back. But she will KO my Vaporeon, and she would be in -2 in defense and special defense now. So my thought process here is to go out into Ferrothorn, which is really dumb of me because I know Ferrothorn is times 4 weak to fire, but I do have Iron Barbs and the Rocky Helmet on this thing, so no matter what it did, it would still KO this Infernape. So he actually went for the Flare Blitz here, instantly KOing my Ferrothorn, which is fine, but I would take the damage there. I mean, it probably wouldn't matter anyway because it would get the recoil damage from Flare Blitz. So both of us will go down here, which is fine. So now she sent out her Camerupt, and I would go out into my Dragonzord again, which is Charizard. So I would be taking some Stealth Rock damage here, but in this turn I will be roosting, so I'll be gaining my HP back. And obviously Camerupt is slow anyway, so it really wouldn't matter. I would be outspeeding this thing regardless. So I would get Roost up, and for some odd reason she went for a Lava Plume. I don't know what her thought process was there, because I am quad resistant to fire because I'm part Dragon type now. So I go for the Dragon Claw and deal quite a bit amount of damage, and she went for the Toxic, which misses. So I would finish her off with the Dragon Claw. If she got into Toxic off there, it would have been more better for her because I don't have Vaporeon with me anymore. So I would be going down to Toxic damage. Now she would bring in her final Pokemon, which is Arcanine, which would get affected with the Sticky Web, but it wouldn't matter anyway because she has extreme speed for this thing, and she would get the Intimidate off here, so I'm actually at -1 right now for Charizard in terms of attack. So what I end up doing here, and as we see, she has Life Orb, so I would Roost in this turn, and then in the following turn I would be switching out Charizard into my Azelf. Oh no, but I forgot. Well, I guess I switched out to my Tika mainly for Death Fodder. So whatever attack she went for, like, it wouldn't really do anything. So I get rid of my Tika, just throwing her out in the rocks. I'm sorry, but I needed something to sack off, so that was my main option. So then I would go into my Sonic, which is a Zelf, go for the knockoff to knock off the Life Orb, so now we'll not be dealing that 20% of damage anymore. Went for the Flare Blitz, which would instantly KO my Azelf here. However, at the same time, it'll deal a ton of recoil damage to that Arcanine. So it would bring it down to KO range. So now Dragonzord is my final Pokemon here. And I was actually surprised she didn't go for extreme speed again. But I went for the Dragon Claw here, getting the narrow 1-0 victory in this match. And that would do it for this battle, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please leave a like down below, comment, subscribe to The Unknown Gamers, and thank you so much for watching this video. And on behalf of Hugh Dreadnought316, I'm SuperSonic of The Unknown Gamers. Stay tuned for more Pokemon Wi-Fi battles from me. Hopefully I'll be bringing you some live Wi-Fi battles in the future, but until then, I'm signing off. See you guys next time.